I'm actually not a designer. I'm not an art director. I actually started life as an accountant. So if you'd like to leave now, then feel free. But I have worked in branding for 25 years, and I was a consultant for 12 years. I was sort of one of those people that wondered what it would be like, and I felt I had to start a brand. So I'm the brand guy who put theory into practice. And that's what I'm here to talk to you about today. Rapha is the love of cycling, and it's an exercise in how you build a brand from scratch and putting the brand right at the heart of a business. So it's building a business, really, from a brand start point. It's very difficult times in so many ways at the moment, very chaotic, very unpredictable times. And we've got so much stuff, and there is so much competition out there, and we have consumers with close to perfect information. There's lots of introspection going on in the world of branding that I can tell, and there's a bit of a lack of confidence, I think, in the world of branding. We put the brand at the center of absolutely everything, and from when I first sat at my kitchen table, the brand sat at the center of the whole business. Before raising money, before thinking what the products would be, before even thinking about who the customer would be, actually, the brand was there right at the heart. My view would be, in competitive market and complex markets and difficult times and turbulent times, brands and branding help businesses to cut through. As you grow, it helps you to stay true and stick to the course. And branding and brands done well can offer massive value to customers, the end consumer, the person who's paying the money. The key thing is it keeps you honest and authentic and true. All great brands start with an essence. They have something at the heart of them which is the sort of the central point of what the brand's all about. So for Rapha, this all started with my own personal passion, and it's now our passion in the whole company. And it's this going potty about road cycling. We say ex juris gloria, so glory through suffering. But this is what it was all about. I kind of knew this is why I loved the sport, all these things. And right at the heart of it is this idea of suffering. And it kept coming back to that. But also that cyclists should get the products and experiences that they deserve, because this is bloody hard to do, riding a bike. So without application, without suffering, there is no real deep satisfaction. And I think that is true of life too. And that's definitely been true of Rapha. We've suffered a lot and we've had to apply ourselves. But that's what it comes down to. It's digging deep. It's really going for it. At Rapha, we put the customer insight at the heart of the business and drove everything from that, because I was the customer. So I was trying to create stuff that worked for people like me. So when we launch overseas, we don't just put up a website and do some advertising. We put people on the ground, and we've got ambassadors all over the world and members of staff all over the world who are there with customers to try and keep that customer insight alive. If you do understand the customer, though, what it gives you the opportunity to do is to innovate all the time, relentlessly. We've been the first in lots of things. Creating urban clothing, or as we call it now, city clothing. We did that in 2005. We were the first to do sort of special editions with people like Paul Smith. We did tailoring with Timothy Everest back in 2009, a full tailored suit. We've launched 2 magazines, cycling cafes, clubhouses as we call them, in 2010. The reason we could do those is because we had a really strong view that they would work, because we knew the customer. The sort of hardest thing we had to do, but one of the most important things, was to go direct. So my belief is that we're not just trying to sell products, we're trying to offer authentic experiences. And the only way you can offer authentic experiences is if you control the brand execution. So we have to control as many of the customer experiences as we can. If we don't, it won't ring true. So we have clubhouses, not shops. The clubhouse is a meeting place for people like most of us in the room who like cycling. So the idea of a cycling cafe and a clubhouse just made total sense to me, that you want to be surrounded by the sport you love, where you can meet people who share the same passion, or just sit there with your mates. You can drink good coffee, you can eat good food, you can watch the racing on the TV, and you've got nice products that you can buy if you want to. If you don't want to, that's cool too. So they're incredibly light touch experiences in terms of the pushy sales message. The idea of just sending a product out to loads and loads of faceless people and more of that happening, I don't understand that, because if those people are cyclists, then we want to have a relationship with them. We want to take them on this journey through cycling, join us. We want to be with them when they're riding. So relationships from day one, it was always about trying to have relationships, not have transactions. Sometimes I think when you're talking about marketing and design and branding or what have you, we don't talk much about the commercial side, and yet it's absolutely essential. Great that we have great content, it's great we have a community, but if we didn't really have a range of products that people really wanted to spend money on, it would all be for nothing. That commercial focus, that commercial drive never got in the way of creativity. So the reason that we can win awards and the reason that we can be exciting to the customer is because we really value creativity, and ultimately we really value differentiation. It does mean that we're prepared to polarize opinion, but if you're asked to have the trade-off between people loving you and some people not liking you at all, or everyone just not really caring, you can't have a brand if people don't really care. The brand's got to make you take sides. You can't sit on a fence with a great brand. You either get it or you don't. I'm incredibly lucky to have been able to combine some professional expertise with a very personal passion, and for it to work and to be quite successful. So I hope that you can find the same combination in your lives as well. Thank you very much.